Today we're going to be talking about the 5 kinds of knowledge and the 5 types of composing. In order to do that, we are going to plan a party. That's why I have this balloon here, except it's not a birthday party. Actually, we're having a celebration because we are done with the Boise State Writing Project. So, in order to plan our party, we must first compose to plan. So, we are going to determine our knowledge of purpose and context. So our context is the fact that we are almost done with the Boise State Writing Project, and our purpose is to celebrate. Not only to celebrate the fact that we are done, but also maybe to have some more social interactions with people, to have a good time, to rejoice in the fact that we finished all of our assignments and we didn't die. And so now that we have our purpose for our party, we are going to talk about the other 4 kinds of knowledge. First, we need to talk about what it is that we want to do. So this is our declarative knowledge of substance. We need to name what it is that we want to do. And what we want to do is plan this party. So in order to plan this party, we must begin to shape the things that we need in order to plan the party. This is our declarative knowledge of form. In the declarative knowledge of form, we need to think about all the things we're going to need for the party and how they're going to fit together. So some of the things that we're going to need for our party are the different items like cups and plates and things like that. We're also going to need decorations and be able to arrange the room, and we're going to need to send out invites. All of this is just naming what it is that we need to do. Now we get over to the procedural side of the map, of the inquiry square. And the first thing we need to look at is the procedural knowledge of substance. This is where we're actually still doing some planning of the party. And one thing that we're going to do in the procedural knowledge of substance is we're going to go to our past experiences, and we're going to reflect on how parties have gone in the past. What went well, what didn't go well, and how we're going to use that knowledge to help us to plan this party. We're also going to seek advice. So I'm going to go over to my friends and I'm going to say, hey, we're trying to plan a party. What's something that went well for you? And then in this dialogue and discussion, we're going to come up with some great ideas for our party. Then we're going to begin to shape this knowledge and begin to do something with it. This is our procedural knowledge of form. Now that we know and have reflected on our experiences and the parties that have happened before, we know what it is that we need to do. So we're actually going to do the stuff we need to do in order to be able to have this party. So some of the things that we need to do. And now we're in the composing to practice stage. We are actually going to begin to make our iTunes list. We're going to go to the store and good old Wally, our friend. We're going to find out we're going to gather all the things that we need for the party. And we're also going to send out invitations to our friends. At this point, we've taken care of all 5 kinds of knowledge. However, we need to get through the rest of the stages of composing. So we've composed a plan. We've established what it is our purpose for this party. We've also established what it is that we want to do. We've practiced by gathering some of our resources and starting to shape them and do something with them. But now we need to draft and finalize. We've started to draft our party, but the rest of our drafting would include sending out the invitations, seeing who's going to be able to come, who's not going to be able to come. And then as we go to finalize, we might remember that, oh, we forgot to invite this person or that person, so we might have to send out another invitation. Or we might forget that we forgot something at the store, and so we might have to return to the store and buy something new. At this point, we're in the drafting stage and beginning to finalize our party. Once we have our plan set in stone, we've finalized it, and we begin to transfer this idea when we start to make parties in the future. So now that we know what we need in order to have this party, we can reflect on this experience, our planning experience. We can also reflect on the actual party experience, and we can plan a party in the future. This is composing to transfer. So those are the 5 types of composing and the 5 kinds of knowledge, all in a nutshell, about planning a party. Woohoo!